Hey everyone, welcome back to your channel name, the place where we dive deep into the fascinating world of coin collecting. Today, we're exploring something truly special, the top 10 rare Lincoln pennies from the USA that are worth millions of dollars. Yep, you heard that right, millions! These pennies are not just small change, they are some of the most sought after and valuable coins in the world. Whether you're a seasoned collector, a history buff, or just curious about what makes a simple penny so valuable, this video is packed with fascinating stories and facts about these rare coins. So sit tight, and let's uncover the hidden treasures of the Lincoln penny. Today we dive deep into one of the most mysterious and highly valuable coins in U.S. history, the 1969 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. You may be surprised to learn that a small copper coin minted decades ago could be worth tens of thousands of dollars today. That's right. The current market value for certain versions of the 1969 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is between $57,000 and $61,000. But what makes this particular penny so special? Why is it worth so much? And how can you tell if you have one of these rare and valuable coins? Stick with us as we explore the fascinating history, the unique features, and the explosive value of the 1969 no-mint mark Lincoln cent. Let's begin with a bit of background. The Lincoln 1-cent coin, also known as the Lincoln penny, has been in circulation since 1909, first introduced to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Over the decades, there have been many variations in design, metal composition, mint mark location, and of course, errors and rarities that collectors are always on the hunt for. One of the most notable and talked about rarities is the 1969 Lincoln penny with no mint mark, and more specifically, the 1969 S-double die obverse error coin. But in this video, we're talking about a different variation, the Philadelphia minted 1969 penny with no mint mark, some of which have recently shocked collectors with jaw-dropping auction prices. Now, what does no mint mark actually mean? Mint marks are small letters printed on coins to indicate the U.S. Mint facility where the coin was produced. In 1969, the U.S. Mint produced Lincoln pennies at 3 different facilities: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins from Denver carry a D mint mark, those from San Francisco have an S, and coins minted in Philadelphia generally have no mint mark at all. So when we talk about the 1969 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, we're referring to coins that were struck in Philadelphia. So, why would a standard coin minted in Philadelphia be worth tens of thousands of dollars today? It all comes down to condition, rarity, and historical interest. First, very few examples of this coin have survived in pristine, uncirculated condition. After decades in pockets, piggy banks, and penny jars, most 1969 pennies show signs of heavy wear and tear. However, a tiny number of these coins have been preserved in mint state condition, perfect or near perfect quality. When one of these rare examples hits the auction block, collectors are willing to pay huge premiums to add them to their collections. In addition, certain 1969 no-mint mark Lincoln pennies are also valuable because of their high-grade designation by professional coin grading services. Coins that receive a grade of MS-67 or higher, which means they are in mint state with minimal to no marks, are extremely hard to find. Combine that scarcity with the growing popularity of Lincoln cents among numismatists, and you've got a recipe for an explosive market value. In fact, some coins have sold for as much as $61,000 when the right coin, the right buyer, and the right condition all come together. Another reason for the high value is the historical context. The year 1969 was a time of great change in America. From the Apollo 11 moon landing to civil rights movements and the ongoing Vietnam War, it was a year that marked a turning point in U.S. history. Many collectors find value in coins from years that carry significant cultural and historical weight, and 1969 certainly fits that description. Add to that the fact that fewer high-grade pennies from that year are available on the market today, and you begin to understand why collectors are so eager to find them. Now let's talk about what to look for if you think you might have one of these valuable coins. First, flip over your penny and look at the date. It should clearly read 1969. Next, check just below the date. Do you see any mint mark? If there is no D or S, that's your first clue. You may have a Philadelphia minted coin. But that's just the beginning. Next, you'll want to examine the overall condition of the coin. Does it look brand new? Is it shiny with no visible wear? Or does it look dull and scratched from years of use? Keep in mind that even if you have a no mint mark 1969 penny, its value is heavily dependent on its condition. A worn example may be worth only a few cents, while a flawless one could be worth tens of thousands of dollars. But wait, it gets even more interesting. There's also a specific era version of the 1969 Lincoln penny that you should know about, the famous 1969 S-double die obverse coin. While that's a different version minted in San Francisco, the fact that it exists often causes confusion, leading people to examine all their 1969 pennies in greater detail, and sometimes discovering valuable Philadelphia minted no-mint mark coins in the process. That's why it's so important to closely inspect your coins, and if you think you have something special, consider having it graded by a professional coin grading service like PCGS or NGC. These organizations can officially verify the condition and authenticity of your coin, giving you a clearer idea of its market value. Now let's talk about real sales. In recent years, high-grade examples of the 1969 no-mint mark Lincoln cent have appeared at auction and stunned the coin collecting community. One such coin in mint state condition sold for an astonishing $61,000. Another example, with a slightly lower grade, still commanded an impressive $57,000. These are not just speculative prices. They are confirmed auction results that reflect the serious demand for these rare coins. So what should you do if you think you have one of these valuable coins? Start by taking it to a well-lit area and inspecting it with a magnifying glass. Look at the date, the absence of a mint mark, and the overall shine and detail. If it looks promising, take high-resolution photos and do a bit of research on coin grading standards. If you still think it might be valuable, send it to a professional grading service. Yes, there's a small fee involved, but it could be the best investment you ever make, especially if your little copper penny turns out to be worth tens of thousands of dollars. To wrap things up, the 1969 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny is more than just a coin. It's a symbol of American history, a collector's treasure, and potentially a life-changing discovery if you're lucky enough to find one in exceptional condition. With current market values ranging between $57,000 and $61,000, this is one penny that could make a huge difference in your life. So check your change, search those old coin jars, and don't overlook the humble penny. It just might be hiding a fortune. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins that could be hiding in your pocket change, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Hit the notification bell so you never miss an update, and leave a comment below if you've ever come across a rare coin or have questions about the 1969 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. Until next time, happy hunting and keep your eyes on your coins. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. If you're new here, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe, because today we're diving deep into one of the most surprising coins in the world of numismatics. The 1971 D-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. That's right, a coin that most people might overlook in their pocket change could actually be worth between $49,000 and $54,000 today. You heard that right. So grab your coin jars, check those old penny rolls, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for that could make you thousands of dollars richer. Let's start with a little bit of history. The Lincoln cent, or penny, was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first regular-issue U.S. coin to feature a real person. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse, or front, of the coin features a portrait of Lincoln that remains iconic to this day. Over the years, while some design elements have changed, the core identity of the Lincoln cent has remained the same, making it a symbol of American currency and history. Now, fast forward to 1971, and we have an interesting chapter in the Lincoln cent story. That year, the Denver Mint, represented by the small, mint mark just below the year on the obverse, produced over 2.9 billion pennies. So you may be wondering, if so many of these were made, how can one be worth nearly $54,000? Great question, and the answer lies in a combination of rare errors, unique minting qualities, and top-grade condition. Let's talk about the value. While most 1971D pennies are only worth face value in circulated condition, a select few are valued between $49,000 and $54,000 in today's coin market. Why such a high price tag? It all comes down to condition, rarity, and errors. One of the biggest factors is MS67 red, mint state 67 red condition. In the world of coin grading, a coin graded as MS67 is considered to be nearly perfect. It means it has full original luster, no wear, and only the tiniest, almost invisible marks under magnification. Combine that with a bright red color, indicating that the copper surface hasn't toned or turned brown, and you've got a penny that is not only visually stunning but also extremely scarce. In fact, only a very small handful of 1971D pennies have ever received such a high grade from professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. When one of these coins comes up for auction, collectors are willing to pay tens of thousands to own a pristine piece of minting history. But condition isn't the only thing that makes this coin valuable. Let's take a moment to talk about errors and varieties that can multiply its worth even further. One of the most famous errors for the 1971D penny is the double die obverse, or DDO. This error occurs during the minting process when the die, the tool used to strike the design onto the blank coin, imprints a doubled image on certain parts of the coin. On the 1971D Lincoln cent, you can sometimes find noticeable doubling on the words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and even the date. Coins with strong doubling are extremely sought after and can command premium prices, especially in uncirculated condition. There are also some rare off-center strikes, where the design is not properly centered on the coin, and clipped planchets, where a portion of the coin is missing due to a minting mishap. These kinds of errors are not only rare but visually striking, making them very attractive to collectors who specialize in error coins. Another factor that boosts the value is toning. Some 1971D pennies exhibit beautiful rainbow or copper gold toning, caused by exposure to certain environmental conditions over time. If the toning is natural and enhances the appearance of the coin, collectors are willing to pay a premium for these aesthetic variations. Now, let's get into the market value. As of right now, a 1971D Lincoln penny graded MS67 red has sold at auction for as much as $54,000, depending on the auction house, collector demand, and rarity of the specimen. Coins with slightly lower grades, such as MS66 red, can still bring in thousands of dollars. Even error coins in lower grades can sell for hundreds or even thousands, depending on the uniqueness and visibility of the error. If you're wondering how to check if your 1971D penny is valuable, here are some quick tips. Examine the coin under a magnifying glass or digital microscope. Look for doubling in the lettering, especially on "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." Check the coin's color. If it's a bright, unblemished red, that's a good sign. Red coins are worth more than brown or red-brown ones. Look at the coin's surface. Does it have any scratches, dings, or wear? If it looks flawless or close to it, you could be looking at an MS65 or higher. Get it graded. If you think you have a high grade or error coin, consider sending it to PCGS or NGC for professional grading and authentication. Research recent auction sales. This can help you get an idea of current values and demand for your particular coin. So what does all this mean? The bottom line is this: the 1971D Lincoln penny is more than just a common coin from your change jar. With the right combination of condition, color, and minting anomalies, it could be worth life-changing money. While most examples are worth just 1 cent, a few rare gems have found their way into the hands of lucky collectors, and sold for upwards of $49,000 to $54,000. That's why it pays to look closely at every coin that passes through your hands. Now it's your turn. Go check your change, go through those old coin collections, and see if you might have a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with fellow coin enthusiasts, and subscribe to the channel for more valuable coin discoveries and updates. Every week, we bring you stories of rare coins, valuable finds, and tips on how to build your own coin collection that could be worth a fortune. Thanks for watching, and happy hunting, treasure seekers! Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating and valuable modern penny coins that could still be hiding in your change jar, the 1992 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin, which has shocked collectors and experts alike with recent auction prices reaching between $43,000 and $46,000. That's right, a coin you might have once thought was just worth a single cent could now be worth tens of thousands of dollars. So sit back, grab your favorite drink, and let's unravel the incredible story behind this rare treasure hiding in plain sight. Let's start with a bit of history. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American currency since 1909, introduced to commemorate the 100th birthday of Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the original Lincoln cent was the first American coin to feature a real person, and it set the stage for more realistic portrayals of historical figures on U.S. coins. Over the decades, the design has undergone changes, including the famous wheat reverse from 1909 to 1958, the memorial reverse from 1959 to 2008, and more recent commemorative designs. But among all of these, few years stand out quite like 1992. What's so special about the 1992 penny? Well, it comes down to a very rare and hard-to-find variety known as the 1992 close AM penny. This variation exists in both the Philadelphia and Denver mint strikes. However, today we're focusing on the Philadelphia minted coin, the one with no mint mark under the date. Most 1992 Lincoln cents have what's called a wide AM reverse, meaning the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse side of the coin are spaced apart. But in this rare variety, the letters A and M are much closer together, almost touching, a design that was not meant to be used until the following year in 1993. How did this error happen? The close AM reverse was actually intended for the 1993 penny redesign, but a small number of 1,992 dies were mistakenly made using the 1993 reverse design, resulting in the wrong design being used a year early. These rare transitional design errors were only caught years later by sharp-eyed collectors who noticed the subtle difference in spacing on the reverse of the coin. Now, what makes the 1992 close AM no mint mark penny so incredibly valuable is not just the mistake itself, but how unbelievably rare it is. Only a very small handful of these coins are known to exist. Some experts estimate fewer than 20 certified examples have ever surfaced, and most of them are in circulated condition, meaning they were found in everyday use, in change or coin rolls. That means there's a chance, however small, that one could still be sitting in a drawer, a piggy bank, or inside a roll of pennies you might pick up from your local bank. The rarity and demand for this coin exploded once the variety was officially recognized by grading services like PCGS and NGC. And as awareness of the 1992 close AM variety spread among collectors, so did the price. For years, these coins would sell quietly for a few $1,000s, but recently, prices have skyrocketed as more collectors look to add this elusive error to their collections. In one well-known auction, a certified 1992 close AM penny with no mint mark, graded in mint state condition, sold for an astonishing $46,000. Even well-worn examples in circulated condition can fetch thousands of dollars if authenticated. Let's take a moment to talk about what to look for if you think you might have one of these rare coins. First, check the date. It must say 1992. Next, look just below the date. If there is no mint mark, that means it was struck in Philadelphia. Then flip the coin over and carefully inspect the word America. If the A and M in America are very close together, almost touching, you may just have a 1992 close AM penny. Most coins from that year will have a wide AM, that is, the A and M will be clearly separated. If yours appears to be the close AM variety, do not clean the coin. Cleaning it could reduce its value dramatically. Instead, consider sending it to a reputable grading company like PCGS or NGC for authentication and grading. Now let's talk value. As of today, the current market value of a 1992 close AM no mint mark Lincoln cent ranges from $43,000 to $46,000 depending on condition and grading. Even in lower grades, these coins are worth thousands. Higher grade examples that are well preserved or uncirculated can command top dollar at auction houses and private sales. There is a strong community of collectors out there who are constantly on the hunt for these rare varieties, and demand continues to grow. This coin is considered a holy grail among Lincoln cent collectors, a true prize for anyone lucky enough to find. 1.1 more thing to keep in mind is the importance of verifying your coin. There are many 1992 pennies out there, but only a few are close AM varieties. Make sure you're comparing your coin to known examples and using a good magnifying glass or digital microscope. There are also online resources and collector forums where you can post high-quality photos and get feedback from experienced collectors. If you think you found one, it's definitely worth the effort to confirm it.so. Why are coins like this so valuable? It's the combination of rarity, historical significance, and collector demand. Coins with unusual stories, like the use of a future reverse design by accident, always attract attention. Add to that the fact that most people never even knew to look for this variety, and you've got a true hidden gem of the coin world. It's one of those rare instances where a simple penny, something we usually ignore or leave in a tip jar, becomes a high-value collectible. Before we wrap up, let me give you a quick pro tip. If you're a coin roll hunter or someone who buys bulk pennies by the box, keep your eye out for 1,992 coins. Examine each one carefully, especially the Philadelphia versions without a mint mark. You never know, the next $46,000 penny could be sitting in your own collection right now. And there you have it, the story of the incredible 1992 no mint mark Lincoln close AM penny, a modern treasure with a massive price tag. From a minting era to an auction room star, this coin has proven that even in the world of modern currency, there are still fortunes waiting to be discovered. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just someone who enjoys a good hunt, this is one coin you absolutely want to keep an eye out for. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of America's most valuable modern pennies, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update on rare coins and valuable currency. Let us know in the comments if you've ever come across a 1992 penny that made you look twice. Who knows? One of you watching might be holding a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars right now. Thanks for watching, and until next time, happy collecting and keep checking your change. You never know what you might find. Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Today, we're diving deep into the world of rare and valuable coins, and the spotlight is on the incredible 1975 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. If you have a penny jar, a coin collection, or even just some spare change lying around, you'll definitely want to stick around until the end of this video. Because this little copper coin, normally worth just 1 cent, could be hiding in your possession with a staggering value between $46,000 and $47,000. Yes, you heard that right. A single 1975 penny with no mint mark could be worth a small fortune. Let's start with a little background on the Lincoln cent series. The Lincoln penny was first introduced in 1909 to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real person and has remained in circulation ever since. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse or front of the coin features a profile of Lincoln, and over the years, the reverse has gone through a few different designs, but in 1975, it still had the Lincoln Memorial on the back. Now, what makes the 1975 no mint mark Lincoln penny so special? To understand that, we need to take a look at the U.S. mint's process. In 1975, pennies were produced in 3 main locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Coins struck in Denver and San Francisco bear a small D or S mint mark just below the date on the obverse. However, coins struck in Philadelphia typically have no mint mark at all. So, it's normal to see a 1975 penny with no mint mark. But here's where it gets interesting. While many of these pennies were mass-produced, not all of them are created equal. Most 1975 pennies you find in circulation today are only worth face value. However, a small number of them were struck with extraordinary precision on high-quality planchets or contain rare minting errors. These are the coins that collectors are after, and they're the ones that can command tens of thousands of dollars at auction. For example, some 1975 pennies have been discovered with incredibly strong strike details, near-perfect surfaces, and vibrant original red luster, the result of being preserved in pristine condition for decades. These high-grade examples are extremely scarce, especially those graded MS67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC.I. In addition to flawless condition, errors can also increase the value of a 1975 penny dramatically. Double die obverse, off-center strikes, die cracks, and even planchet errors can make a common coin incredibly rare. Collectors are always on the hunt for these anomalies because they represent a mistake in the minting process that slipped through quality control and into public circulation. Some of these error coins have sold at auction for tens of thousands of dollars. Now, let's talk about the money. Recently, a pristine example of a 1975 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, graded MS67 red by PCGS, sold for an astonishing $46,000. Another near-identical coin in similar condition fetched $47,000 at auction. These are not isolated cases. Coin collectors and investors recognize the rarity and significance of these high-grade coins, which is why demand is so high and prices continue to rise. What should you be looking for if you want to find one of these valuable coins yourself? First, check the date. You're looking for a 1975 penny with no mint mark under the year. Then, inspect the coin's surface. A high-grade coin will have sharp details on Lincoln's face, hair, and coat, as well as clear lines on the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. The fields, or background areas of the coin, should be smooth and free of scratches or wear. The color is also important. The most valuable pennies will have a bright red copper hue, indicating they haven't been exposed to air or oils from handling over time. If you think you've found a potential treasure, your next step is to have it professionally graded. Companies like PCGS and NGC will authenticate the coin, evaluate its condition, and assign a grade. A high grade, especially MS66 or above, can turn your 1-cent coin into a 5-figure payout. It's worth noting that the cost of grading is relatively small compared to the potential value of the coin. Now, let's dig into why collectors are willing to pay so much for this specific penny. It's not just about rarity. It's also about historical significance, the challenge of finding a high-grade coin, and the prestige of owning a top-tier example. The 1975 penny represents a specific era in U.S. minting history, a time when the country was transitioning in many ways economically and politically. For some collectors, it's a nostalgic symbol. For others, it's a smart investment. As more collectors enter the hobby and competition increases, the value of these coins is only expected to grow. Here's another tip for collectors and enthusiasts. Check coin rolls from banks. Many rare coins are still sitting in rolls, untouched for decades. Estate sales, flea markets, and garage sales can also be gold mines for valuable coins. Some of the most incredible coin discoveries have come from everyday people who took a second look at their change. Don't underestimate what could be hiding in plain sight. In summary, the 1975 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is more than just a piece of copper. It's a potential jackpot hiding in your pocket change. While millions were made, only a tiny fraction exist in top condition or with rare errors that make them truly valuable. With a current market value ranging from $46,000 to $47,000 for the highest quality examples, this humble penny has earned its place among the most sought-after coins in modern U.S. history. So, the next time you're sorting through your change or organizing your coin collection, take a close look at those 1975 pennies. You never know, you might just be holding a rare treasure worth tens of thousands of dollars. And if you find one, be sure to protect it, get it graded, and consider consulting with a reputable coin dealer or auction house to help you get the best price. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about valuable coins, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. Share this video with friends and family. Who knows, they might have a fortune hiding in their pockets too. Until next time, happy collecting and good luck hunting for that rare 1975 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny. Welcome back, coin collectors and treasure hunters. If you're holding onto a jar of pennies from the early 1990s, it's time to take a closer look, because one of those common-looking coins could be worth a small fortune. Today, we're diving deep into the story of the 1993 D-Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. At first glance, it might seem like just another modern penny, but don't be fooled. Some rare versions of this coin are now valued between $29,000 and $30,000 on the collector's market. Yes, you heard that right, up to $30,000 for a single 1-cent coin. Let's break down the history, the details, and what makes this coin so incredibly valuable. Let's start with the basics. The Lincoln cent has been a staple of American pocket change since 1909, when it was first issued to commemorate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the obverse side, the front of the coin, features a portrait of President Lincoln. Over the years, the coin has seen changes to its reverse design and metal composition, but Lincoln has remained the face of the penny for well over a century. Now, fast forward to 1993. That year, the United States Mint produced Lincoln pennies at several minting facilities, including the Denver Mint, which is indicated by the small letter D just below the year on the obverse. These coins were struck in zinc with a thin copper plating, a composition that had been used since 1982. In general, 1993 D Lincoln cents are very common. The Denver Mint struck over 6 billion of them, yes, billion with a B. So how can one of these coins be worth tens of thousands of dollars? The answer lies in rare minting errors and exceptional condition. You see, not all pennies are created equal. While the majority of these coins are worth only face value or slightly more, a few were struck with unusual errors, or preserved in such pristine condition that they're now incredibly rare. One of the most significant factors in determining the value of a 1993 D penny is whether it has an error. Some examples include double die errors, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and broad strikes. A double die error, for instance, happens when the coin design is stamped twice at slightly different angles, creating a shadow or doubled effect, especially visible in the date or lettering. These errors are often highly sought after by collectors because they are not supposed to exist in normal circulation. Another valuable error is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin blank isn't properly centered during the minting process, resulting in a coin that looks lopsided or incomplete. The more dramatic the misalignment, the more valuable the coin, especially if the date and mint mark are still visible. Clipped planchets, where part of the coin appears to be cut or missing, can also fetch high prices, particularly if the error is clean and well documented. But even without an error, some 1993 D Lincoln pennies are worth big money simply because of their condition. In the coin world, condition is everything. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, mint state coin that has no blemishes, scratches, or wear. Coins that have been graded MS 68 or higher are incredibly rare for this year. In fact, some of the most valuable 1993 D Lincoln cents ever sold were in nearly flawless condition, commanding prices close to $30,000 at auction. Imagine finding a penny in your change jar and realizing it's in museum-quality condition. That's like hitting the jackpot. Now let's talk about a real-life example. In a recent auction, a 1993 D Lincoln penny graded by PCGS as MS69 red, a virtually perfect coin with full red luster, sold for nearly $30,000. That's because it was one of the finest known examples in existence. The color designation, red, is important too. Over time, copper coins naturally darken, but collectors prefer the bright, original red color that copper coins have when they're first minted. Only a small percentage of coins retain that vibrant red hue over decades, especially without being handled or exposed to air. So if you're checking your old coins, look for ones that still have that shiny, reddish tint. It could be a clue that you're holding something special. You might be wondering, How do I know if my 1993 D penny is valuable? Great question. First, check for errors with a magnifying glass. Look closely at the date, the lettering, and the mint mark. Are there any signs of doubling? Does the coin look off-center or unusual in shape? Next, examine the coin's color and condition. Is it bright red and shiny, or dull and brown? Is there any wear or scratching? If you think your coin might be valuable, your next step should be to have it graded by a reputable coin grading company like PCGS or NGC. Professional grading can determine the exact condition of your coin and give it a certified value, something that's critical if you ever want to sell it at auction. Speaking of selling, the market for rare Lincoln cents is strong right now. Collectors are always hunting for rare dates, high grades, and unusual errors. A certified 1993 D penny with a rare error or in pristine condition can easily command a 5-figure price. And as time goes on, the value of these rare coins is only expected to increase as fewer and fewer of them remain in uncirculated or error-free condition. So if you've got a stash of pennies from the 90s lying around, don't overlook them. They could be hiding a small fortune. To sum it all up, the 1993 D Lincoln 1-cent penny may look like an ordinary coin, but rare errors and high-grade examples have turned this common coin into a hidden treasure. With current market values reaching up to $30,000, it's a reminder that even the smallest pieces of change can carry huge value. Whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a casual collector, always keep an eye out. You never know what you might find in your pocket or coin jar. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of rare coins, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future videos on valuable coins hiding in plain sight. And if you've found a 1993 D penny or any other rare coin, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your story. Until next time, keep hunting and happy collecting. Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and treasure hunters. If you're new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a video about rare coins that could be hiding right in your pocket change. Today, we're diving deep into one incredible coin that has stunned collectors and continues to make waves in the market: the 1995 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. That's right. What seems like an ordinary penny could be worth an extraordinary amount of money. And believe it or not, some of these coins have sold for as much as $27,000 to $28,000 in today's coin market. So don't blink, because this is one penny you'll definitely want to look out for. Let's begin by talking about the history of the 1995 Lincoln penny. This coin was part of the Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which ran from 1959 to 2008. Abraham Lincoln's iconic profile, originally designed by Victor David Brenner, remained on the obverse, the front, of the coin, while the reverse still featured the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., a design created by Frank Gasparo. The year 1995 may seem recent, especially for a coin that's worth thousands of dollars, but as you'll soon learn, it's not just age that makes a coin valuable, it's also about errors, condition, rarity, and collector demand. Now, most pennies from 1995 aren't going to be worth more than face value. The US Mint produced billions of them, yes, billions. But here's where things get interesting. The Philadelphia Mint, which does not use a mint mark, produced over 6.4 billion Lincoln cents in 1995. And while that number seems huge, only a very small portion of these coins carry something extremely unique: a double die error on the obverse. That's right, the famous 1995 double die Lincoln cent. But even without that specific error, coins from this year in pristine, uncirculated condition can still fetch high prices, especially those certified by top grading companies like PCGS or NGC. But let's get back to the star of the show, the 1995 no-mint mark Lincoln penny. This penny has turned heads in the coin collecting world because of its value potential, specifically when it comes in top condition, shows strong details, and lacks wear from circulation. We're talking about coins that have been preserved since 1995 in nearly flawless condition, mint state 67, 68, or even higher. These are the coins that can bring in tens of thousands of dollars at auction or in private sales. Now you might be wondering, how can such a common coin become so valuable? It all boils down to demand, rarity in top grade, and errors. Coin collectors seek the best examples of each year and mint. In the case of the 1995 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny, coins that are graded as MS68 red or higher are extremely rare. Red refers to the bright red original luster of a newly minted penny. Most circulated coins turn brown or lose their color over time. So when a coin like the 1995 no-mint Mark Lincoln cent remains in brilliant red color and scores a near-perfect grade, collectors are willing to pay a premium, sometimes even $27,000 to $28,000. Let's take a moment to discuss one of the most exciting aspects of this coin, the doubling error. While not every 1995 penny has this feature, the 1995 double die obverse is one of the most well-known and sought-after modern era coins. You can spot it with the naked eye. Take a close look at the words, Liberty, and In God We Trust, on the obverse. If you see strong, noticeable doubling, congratulations, you may have a treasure in your hands. Even circulated examples of the double die penny can sell for $20 to $50, and mint state examples can reach into the hundreds or thousands. But even without the doubling, there are 1995 pennies that are selling for jaw-dropping prices, as long as they're in superb condition. In fact, according to recent auction records, a 1995 no-mint Mark Lincoln cent graded MS68 red by PCGS sold for over $28,000. That's a huge return on a 1-cent investment. And here's the best part, it's still possible to find these coins today. They're out there in old rolls, forgotten piggy banks, coin jars, and collections that haven't been sorted through in years. So what should you be looking for if you want to spot one of these valuable coins? First, check the date, 1995. Then check for the absence of a mint mark under the date. This indicates it was minted in Philadelphia. Next, inspect the condition. A coin in brilliant uncirculated condition, especially one that still has that fiery red shine and absolutely no wear or contact marks, is your best bet. And of course, don't forget to check for that double die error. A coin with both the doubling and top condition could be worth a small fortune. Now let's talk grading. The Sheldon scale is used to grade coins from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect coin. Most coins in circulation fall between grades 1 and 60, depending on where. Uncirculated coins start at MS60 and go up from there. To be worth thousands, your 1995 no-mint Mark penny will most likely need to be graded MS67 or MS68 red. Coins in these grades are rare and desirable. If you believe you've found one, it's a smart move to have it professionally graded. Companies like PCGS and NGC offer grading services and will encapsulate the coin in a protective holder with a certification number, which greatly enhances its value and trustworthiness in the market. So where can you sell one if you do strike gold with a valuable 1995 penny? You have several options. Coin shows and auctions are great for reaching serious collectors. Online platforms like eBay can also work, especially if your coin has already been graded. And don't forget to reach out to local coin dealers. They may be interested in buying rare coins or helping you get an appraisal. To wrap it all up, the 1995 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny is a true modern-day treasure. While billions were minted, only a handful have survived in top-tier condition. Whether it's a rare double die or a flawless MS68 red specimen, this coin has become a legend in the numismatic community. Its value has continued to rise, and today it can be worth between $27,000 and $28,000, depending on its grade and eye appeal. So take a second look at your penny jar. That ordinary-looking coin from 1995 might be the hidden gem that changes your life. And if you do find one, don't forget to share your story in the comments. We'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare and valuable coins, be sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and click the bell icon so you never miss a future upload. Stay curious, stay passionate, and keep searching, because treasure could be hiding in the palm of your hand. Until next time, happy collecting! Hey there, coin collectors and treasure hunters. Welcome back to the channel where we dive deep into the fascinating world of rare coins, valuable finds, and hidden treasures hiding in your pocket change. If you're new here, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you never miss out on an opportunity to discover coins worth thousands of dollars. Today, we're talking about a coin that most people would overlook, toss in a jar, or use without thinking twice. The 1996 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. Believe it or not, this seemingly ordinary coin could be worth as much as $25,000 in the current collector's market. Yes, you heard that right. $25,000 for a single penny minted in 1996 without a mint mark. Let's jump right into it and uncover the story behind this copper-plated treasure. First, a bit of history. The Lincoln cent has been in production since 1909, introduced to honor the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure, and ever since, the Lincoln cent has become a beloved staple in American coinage. By 1996, the Lincoln penny had already gone through several design and composition changes. The obverse of the coin still carried the iconic bust of President Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, while the reverse featured the Lincoln Memorial, an image that had been in place since 1959 to mark Lincoln's 150th birthday. Now, let's talk about the minting details. In 1996, pennies were minted in 3 different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The coins from the Denver mint carry a D mint mark, and those from San Francisco have an S mint mark, typically used for proof coins. However, the Philadelphia mint coins are known for having no mint mark at all. That brings us to the 1996 no mint mark Lincoln penny, a coin minted in Philadelphia. While most of these coins are fairly common and worth just 1 cent in circulation, a very small number of them have turned out to be incredibly valuable due to minting errors, pristine condition, and collector demand. So why would a 1996 penny with no mint mark be worth up to $25,000? The answer lies in a combination of rarity, condition, and unique characteristics. The most valuable examples are those that have been preserved in mint state condition, meaning they show absolutely no wear and retain their original luster, just like they came off the press yesterday. Collectors refer to these as MS67, MS68, or even MS69 graded coins. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin. Now here's where it gets interesting. Some 1996 no-mint mark pennies have been found with striking errors, including double die obverse errors, off-center strikes, and even examples with die cracks and other anomalies. These rare error coins drive up demand significantly. When you combine a rare error with a near-perfect grade, you're looking at a coin that could fetch between $23,000 and $25,000 at auction. That's not just hype. These coins have actually sold for tens of thousands of dollars in major coin auctions. Professional coin graders like PCGS and NGC have documented and certified high-value 1996 Lincoln cents, and collectors are always on the lookout for the next hidden gem. So how do you know if you have one of these valuable pennies? Here's what to look for. Number 1. Check for the mint mark. If it has a D or S, it's not what we're talking about today. We're focusing on the 1996 penny with no mint mark at all, minted in Philadelphia. Number 2. Inspect the coin's condition. If your penny is shiny, clean, and free of scratches, scuffs, or wear, you might have a mint state coin. Use a magnifying glass or microscope to really look at the details, especially Lincoln's coat, hair, and jawline. The more detail you see, the better. Number 3. Look for minting errors. Double die obverse errors are the most sought after. This means the coin was struck twice slightly off alignment, creating a doubling effect in the date, the word Liberty, or In God We Trust. If you see any doubling, this is your jackpot clue. Number 4. Consider professional grading. If you suspect you've found something special, it might be worth sending your coin to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Yes, there's a fee involved, but if your penny turns out to be worth tens of thousands of dollars, it's more than worth it. Even if your 1996 penny isn't worth $25,000, don't be discouraged. Many of these coins in uncirculated or near mint condition still sell for $50, $100, even $500 depending on the market and interest from collectors. The bottom line is this: the 1996 no mint mark Lincoln penny might seem like an everyday coin, but it holds a secret that only a few lucky people will discover. And that's the magic of coin collecting, turning pocket change into treasure. Before we wrap up, here's a quick recap. The 1996 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny was minted in Philadelphia. While most are worth just 1 cent, rare mint state examples, especially those with double die errors, can sell for $23,000 to $25,000 in the current market. Check your coins for pristine condition, striking errors, and no mint mark. Consider professional grading if you suspect you've found a valuable specimen. And remember, valuable coins can still be found in everyday circulation, so keep your eyes open and never underestimate the power of a penny. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below telling us if you've found any rare coins, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos on valuable coins, rare varieties, and tips on building your own coin collection. Until next time, happy hunting, and may your next penny be worth a fortune. Welcome back to the channel, where we uncover the hidden treasures in your pocket change. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating coins in American numismatic history, the 1974 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny coin. What makes this coin special? Why are collectors willing to pay as much as $47,000 to $49,000 for it today? And could you possibly have one sitting unnoticed in your coin jar at home? Let's find out. The Lincoln cent has been an American staple since 1909, created to commemorate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the penny has seen many changes over the years, from its wheat back to the memorial reverse, and more recently, the Union Shield. But it's the small details, like mint marks, composition, and condition, that can turn an ordinary penny into a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars. Now let's talk specifically about the 1974 no mint mark Lincoln penny. At first glance, it looks like every other penny, coppery brown, bearing Lincoln's iconic profile on the front and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But look closely. If it was minted in Philadelphia, it won't have a mint mark under the date. While this is typical for Philadelphia minted coins, certain 1974 pennies without a mint mark have a much more valuable story to tell. In 1974, the U.S. Mint was experimenting with different metals for the penny. Due to the rising cost of copper, they began producing test coins in aluminum to see if a cheaper composition could replace the traditional 95% copper and 5% zinc alloy. Although over 1 million aluminum pennies were struck, they were never released for circulation and most were eventually destroyed. Only a handful survived, and those coins are now highly coveted by collectors. While the 1974 aluminum cent is a legendary rarity in its own right, the regular 1974 no mint mark copper penny also holds surprises. Most of these pennies are only worth face value, just 1 cent, if they're circulated and worn. But here's the kicker: if you happen to have a 1974 Lincoln penny in near perfect condition, what coin experts call mint state or proof, it could be worth a fortune. Especially rare are those with sharp, detailed strikes, no signs of wear, and a brilliant red luster, indicating they were preserved immediately after minting. So how does a 1-cent coin from 1974 reach a value of up to $49,000 in today's market? It all comes down to grade, rarity, and demand. Coin grading agencies like PCGS and NGC grade coins on a scale from 1 to 70. A coin graded MS67 or higher, especially with a deep red color, is extremely rare. In fact, only a few examples of the 1974 no mint mark Lincoln penny have ever reached such high grades. These elite coins are so rare that wealthy collectors will pay top dollar to add them to their collections. Let's take a moment to talk about the actual market. In recent auctions, Premium examples of the 1974 Lincoln cent with no mint mark have sold for as much as $47,000 and even reached $49,000 in top-tier auctions hosted by major numismatic organizations. These high prices are not just hype, they are based on real demand in the rare coin market. Collectors look for coins that are not only historically significant but also visually stunning. That's why grade and color play such a critical role. Another reason these coins are in such demand is because of errors and varieties. While the standard 1974 penny is common, there are several error varieties that can increase value dramatically. Look out for double die obverse errors, where parts of the lettering or date appear doubled. These types of errors are highly sought after and can drastically increase a coin's value. Also, if the coin has off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or other unique minting defects, that adds another layer of rarity and appeal. Now here's something you can do at home. Grab a magnifying glass and check your 1974 pennies. Look for a sharp, clear strike. Does it have a brilliant red shine? Is the coin free from scratches and marks? If so, you might be holding on to something very special. To be sure, consider sending it to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. They'll authenticate and grade your coin, which is essential if you ever want to sell it or insure it. Let's not forget the emotional and historical value of the Lincoln penny. Holding a coin from 1974 is like holding a piece of history. It was the year President Nixon resigned, the Watergate scandal dominated headlines, and America was in a period of transformation. Coins minted during these moments carry a connection to our collective past, and that historical context adds even more intrigue to their numismatic value. So to recap, while millions of 1974 pennies were minted, only a tiny fraction are in such pristine condition that they can command prices between $47,000 and $49,000. Factors such as mint state, luster, rarity, and even error variations contribute to this incredible valuation. If you're a collector, a hobbyist, or just someone who's curious, checking your spare change might just be the most exciting treasure hunt of your life. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos about rare coins that could be worth a fortune. Hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. Have you found any rare coins in your collection? Let us know in the comments. Your story could be featured in our next video. Until next time, happy collecting, and may your next penny be worth a small fortune.